Howdy ho there, friends and neighbors. Bobby here today. Hey folks, tonight I'm going to show you an easy way to cut a little boy's hair. So stay tuned. Now the first thing we need to do, folks, is to find a little boy to volunteer for a haircut today. Hi there, little boy. Would you like to have a haircut today?
Sure, Dad.
All right.
High five.
High five.
And knuckle.
And knuckles. Now friends, for cutting hair, should we use the metal tin snips?
No!
Or the trusty weed eater?
No!
Or the Makita 4-inch side grinder?
Heck no, Jack! You're crazy!
Okay friends, time to get serious now. Actually, what I'm going to cut my son's hair with is this little haircut kit. It's made by Wall that I purchased at a department store or a drugstore or something for about $30. And it comes with several different guards, and it comes with a couple combs, a pair of scissors. But these scissors definitely did not work for my fat fingers, so I went out and bought a brand new pair of just regular, good quality Scotch scissors that I use only to cut my son's hair with. And it comes with a clipper with a lot of different attachments. And what I typically do, I found it works for me. We started cutting his hair back in the summertime, so in case I messed it up, you know, he didn't have to go to school the next day. So this is about my 5th or 6th time cutting his hair. And I start off with a number 5 guard, and we'll put that on there. And we'll go up to this picture here, and I'll just briefly kind of take you through what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is cut his bangs. I'm going to comb them down. I'm just going to scissor cut them the length that I think they need to be, and then we'll put the guard on there, and we'll go up the side of his head with the number 5 guard and around the back, you know, all the way around the back of his head and around the other side. And then we will put on like this little half guard so the cutter ain't right up against his skin. I just put that little one there. And then we'll go and we'll trim up around his ears, and then we'll block off at the back. We'll kind of put a nice line there, and we'll blend it up, you know, to each ear, so he's got a nice little hairline across there. And then we'll trim his neck up real good, and then we'll wet his hair down with some water and scissor cut the top. So friends, hang with us and we'll show you how we get this done. Okay friends, let's get started here, okay? We're going to take our comb here. We're just going to comb out the subject's hair. Nathaniel is our subject today. I'm just going to go around and comb everything right quick. And as you can see, it's getting a little long here on the sides. It's going down over his ears. We're going to fix all that. And his bangs are getting down here, almost touching his nose, ain't it, buddy? All right. So let me grab the scissors. The first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to dry cut these bangs, okay? Because you don't want, if you wet his hair and pull the bangs down where you think they need to be, they will end up being too short as soon as his hair dries. So put your head up here a minute. Okay friends, for now I've got the bangs kind of evened up a little bit. I don't want to get them too short yet. So we're going to go ahead and move around here to the back. And we got our clippers here with a number 5 guard on. We're going to start taking some of this length off of here. So put your head down just a little bit, buddy. We're going to start taking some of this up. And what we're doing is actually using a motion like rolling it off, okay? We'll go about midway up the subject's head there. How you like being called the subject, Nathaniel? And you're going to kind of roll it off, okay? And we're going to do this on the back real good and go over it several times where we get all these little hairs here about the same length. And then, let's go ahead and do the back. I'm sorry.
Hey, watch it.
Hey, watch it, okay. All right, now we're going to move over here to one of the sides. I don't know if you can come around here. And we'll do the same thing. Rolling it off as we go up the side. We don't want to go all the way up yet. And we'll get right here where the ear is, and we're just going to take it and kind of roll it. You might have to bend the ear down, and you can kind of go sideways, you can go straight up, and you can kind of come back and hit it like different angles and stuff too. Just always kind of roll it off the top. when you're done.
Get my nose.
Get your nose, okay.
I'm on
Now we're on the other side, and we're going to go ahead and do it the same way. We're going to take some of this length off the sides and around the ear. And we're just going to go back around the back and around the other side just a couple more times, just staying in the same area, making sure we don't have any loose hairs. Okay, now we went over the sides and the back with the number 5 guard, and we went over it several times to make sure we didn't have no stragglers that were long that we didn't get. So we got everything pretty even. So now we're going to go ahead and straighten up this back hairline here. And what we've done is we've taken the guard off of the clippers, and we're going to go ahead and block us a line here and kind of bring this line up here together. So we're just going to find us a little line back here. Let's see, bend your head down just a little bit, Nathaniel. We're just going to try to go straight here, and we'll just shave the hair back. And then bend your head just a little bit that way, buddy. And we're just going to kind of try to make this line go up to the ear, just like so. And that should be pretty good on that side. Let me move around to this side. Let's see, bend your head down just a little bit, buddy. Okay. So friends, that's basically all you need to do. And if you need to, straighten one side up, I just try to make it look nice and even all the way around the back. And if you need to go back and touch something up, you can. And that's looking pretty good. Okay friends, we're going to take the clippers here, we're just going to kind of block off the sideburn there a little bit. And then I'm going to stick this little half guard on before I go around the ears, just so it's the corner of the blade is not right up against the skin. We can usually get pretty close with this right here. So we're going to just pull the ear back, and we're going to kind of trim all this hair just above his ear and kind of blend it to the point where we trimmed up the back, which and that should be good. We're going to get a little bit more up off his ears, just a little bit, right up here. It's not quite touching. And I think right there should be pretty good. So we'll go over here on this other side, and we'll do the same thing. Go ahead and pull the guard back off. So we're going to block the sideburn one time, put the guard back on, and do it the same way. Hold his ear down, and we'll trim up around this ear. And sometimes you may have to go the opposite way just to grab them hairs and get them cut. That's looking pretty good right there. And now I'll move around to the front right quick. I'm just going to look to make sure his sideburns are equal. Look at me. Look at my nose. Wow, I think we've done a pretty good job. We actually got it pretty good. I'm going to leave it just like that. Sometimes you might have one sideburn a little longer than the other, and you might have to pull your guard back off and trim it up. Okay, friends, now what we're going to do is go ahead and put our number 8 guard on, okay? And what we're going to do with the number 8 guard is we're going to come around here, this line to where we stop with the 5, and we got to go into this hair that we need a scissor cut. I'm just going to quickly go around this line all the way around his head and blend just a little bit of an 8 guard into this long hair, okay? So let's go ahead and do that right quick, and we'll do it the same way. We'll actually we'll go into the hair a little bit, and then we'll pull back. And we'll go around here several times. We'll go all the way around a couple times and then we'll be ready to start scissor cutting. Alright, that ought to be good for now. Okay friends, now we're going to wet it down a little bit. Just going to put a little bit of water in his hair, comb it through a little bit, and then we're going to be ready to kind of scissor cut this hair just a little bit. Okay, we've got some water combed into his hair. We're going to kind of divide this up in like 3 sections here. The middle and then each side. And what we're going to do, we're just going to take a little bit off across his head, but we're going to go ahead and just pull it up. Actually, you know, I'm not a great hair. Don't claim to be a barber. I actually just kind of taught myself how to do this by watching a few videos on YouTube. So we're just going to take probably about, you know, 3/4 of an inch or so off today. It looks like it's getting kind of long, and I'm not an expert at this, but this is actually the most difficult part for me, is actually being able to do the comb and hold the scissors all at one time. But what we're trying to do is just take a little bit off of this middle section, and we'll go ahead and continue to do that right quick. I'm just trying to take 3/4 to an inch off of here as we go. Now when I get close to the front here, remember I don't want to mess up my bangs, so I'm not really going to take much there. I'm just trying to get some in this middle section here, taking some of the length off of it, and down the back just a little bit. Alright, now we're going to start working down this back here. We're still working on the middle section. And as we kind of get close here with the short hair, as you see, we kind of pulled it up, and you see where it's short down here and it's kind of really long here. So what I want to do is just kind of make that blend a little bit more, where it kind of blends to that just a little bit. So we're going to work on this blend right here in this back section just a little bit. Don't want to get too much hair off. And remember friends, if you want to try this, you know, just don't cut an excessive amount off in case you do a bad haircut. At least there's some left for you to actually take it to the professional to have them straighten it up. But so far we've done some pretty decent haircuts here, and I think they've all turned out pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to continue to work on this middle section just a little bit, just get a little bit of this length off of here, and then I'll show you how we blend it to the sides. Okay, now the center section that we've actually went ahead and cut, we've taken a little bit of length off. Now I want to blend from the center section down to the side here. So we're going to start back here like at the rear of his head, and we're going to start kind of pulling up, and we see where the shorter hair is, and we're just going to kind of trim a little bit of the longer hair. And we're going to kind of just start working our way. See right here we have it short, and then we have some that's really long. And when we get up close to the center, we'll actually see where it went back short again. So here we go, we'll keep working with this. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's grab right in here, and hopefully there's a difference. See where we had a little bit shorter here, and now it's a little bit longer right there. So we're just going to kind of even that out a little bit. And so what we're going to do, we're just going to keep working this way. We'll keep working in this direction on this side, and then we'll come back on the other side and start working that way too. So then we'll have, you know, we got the center, some of it taken off the center, and then off each sides, and we're trying to blend the best we can into the sides. Okay, now friends, we're going to go and start working on the other side of his head, and we'll start at the front and kind of work toward the rear. And we'll just keep working around until we Try to get all the long ones cut down a little bit. And we'll try to blend in this side. Let's see here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here, you see where the side gets shorter. And what we want to do is just kind of take a little bit off and we'll kind of blend it into this length of time. And just keep going around until you accomplish that. Okay friends, now when you think you've went over everything, just go back and check. Just pull it up, you know, any area on his head. So if there's any long ones, you can trim them off. And you can see if you got it about the right length. And you just go over it as much as you feel that you need to get it like you want it. And then you can actually call it complete. And I'll show you one more thing that I do before we call it complete. And I think this is actually looking pretty good. We've taken probably, you know, a good 3/4 to an inch off of his head. Be careful not to take too much off, like right at the back, or then their hair will stand up. So just make sure they got enough right back here on the back of their head. And that'll all be good. I'll show you one more little thing that I do. Okay friends, one last thing that I do, I will put the number 8 guard back on there. And I'm just going to go back over this blend line here and just see if I can kind of, you know, hit it a little bit, try to work that blend in a little bit better so it doesn't look so much like a bowl cut. And we'll just go around his head and we'll do that a little bit more. And then I think we're about ready to call this a finished haircut. Okay friends, we got Nathaniel's haircut here today. It's looking pretty good, I think, all the way around. We went down, combed it over just a little bit. Turn around and let him look at the back of it. Looks pretty good here today. So friends, that's the easy way to cut a little boy's hair. We hope you enjoyed the video today, and say goodbye to all the good people there, Nathaniel.
Share your video and subscribe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.